5 reports that we have in the 2 sets of minutes. I want to go straight to the agenda. I think on the agenda, we will go to item number 2. Are you going to click the agenda for us, can you say? Item number 1, I've already done the opening and welcome, and I declare the meeting officially opened. Our agenda is the consideration and adoption of the following reports. And before we go to that, I want to come to the apologies. We received only 2 apologies. I don't know whether there is another apology. Is one from Honorable Sileko and Honorable Makalakis. I don't know whether there is another apology. Can you say?
Yes, Chair, those are the current apologies that I've received so far. That will be all, Chair.
Oh, okay, thank you. Honorable members, I will go straight to the next item. We only have 2 apologies from Honorable Sleko. As I mentioned, is only 2 apologies that we received for this meeting for today. And I did mention the purpose of the meeting that we are going to adopt. I don't know whether the members did go through the report that I can go straight to the recommendations, or we still have to read the report. I want to hear from members that maybe you did go through it, or must I read all the reports or must I go straight to the recommendations?
Honorable Chair.
Honorable Totovo?
Yes, my proposal is that go straight to the recommendations. It will help us and fast track the process much faster. We did have time to read the reports.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, we started with the first report recommendations is the report of the GBV-Collective Draft Petition report. The petitioners are calling for the assistance of the NCOP regarding the alleged failure by the Presidency to respond referred to the Portfolio Committee of Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities for its, oh my, you get me because it's showing my network is not stable.
Chairperson, maybe you can switch off your camera.
Oh, okay.
To assist.
Thank you, Honorable Sheikh. Yeah. Okay, yes. The first recommendation is the subject matter of the petition is to be referred to the Portfolio Committee of Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities for its exhaustive consideration and ultimate resolution. The second one, in its consideration of the subject matter of the petition, the Portfolio Committee on Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities is to solicit the wisdom of the government departments and organizations that the subject matter of the petition has a bearing on, namely the Department of Social Development, SARS, and the Commission for Gender Equality. The third one, Department of Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities, Department of Social Development, SARS, and Commission for Gender Equality are to establish an interdepartmental task team aimed at investigating and ultimately addressing the issues raised in the petition, including but not limited of working conditions and allocation of resources. The fourth one, the task team referred to in 5.3 above is to be established within 2 months of the tabling of this report in the House, and it is further ensure that in the course, it consults extensively with the Office of the President. The fifth one, further, in its consideration of the subject matter of this petition, the Portfolio Committee on Women, Youth, and Persons with Disabilities is to take into consideration to review the current policy position on the issues of GBVF and propose an approach or response that is specific or peculiar to the country's circumstances. And the sixth one, the Office of the President to review and evaluate the effectiveness of the existing legislation applicable to the gender-based violence and femicide and look into the possibility of extending the application of the relevant legislation. The last one, the seventh one, the Office of the President to report to the House within 6 months of tabling this report on the outcome of the process referred to in 5.6 above, as well as propose a way forward in relation to the best legislative response or approach to the issue of GBVF for the country. This is the recommendations for the report. We are tabling for the consideration for the committee to adopt the report. Honorable members.
Chair,
Yes, Honorable Tato.
can I move for the adoption of the report, including the recommendations that we just placed before us for adoption? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Totovu. Any member for second? To second
Chair,
the...
I move to second the report.
Thank you, Honorable Sheikh. There is any objection to the report? No objection. I think the report is adopted. Let's go to the second report. Recommendation.
Chair, can I ask you something?
Yes, Honorable Sir.
The petitioner that we must look that the name of his organization is spelled correctly. It's not PARC. It is RACE. Okay, so that the documents are correct. That he saw that our documents we refer to PARC, and it's the acronym is not PARC, it's RACE. RACE. In the beginning of this document, of the document that I've received, you'll see it is PARC. Something is the acronym.
With your permission, Chair, can
Oh, you would do the, okay. You've got the Secretary, Honorable Officer, they say they did the correction.
Chair, with your permission, can I check with Honorable Officer which page is that?
It was right in the beginning of the document that I received.
Beginning
Of the document, of the minutes or something like that. I just have a brief. I've got it here. Let me just open it. It's the draft report of the Select Committee on Petitions and Executive Undertakings. Then it says the Select Committee on Petitions and Executive Undertakings Committee having considered the people against racial classification. Racial, the IAL must come out, and it must be come out. It must be against race classification, not park at the bottom. The park at the bottom is not what he wanted.
Noted, Honorable Officer.
Yeah.
Will correct as noted.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Can we go to the recommendations? There's any correction also? I think there's nothing. We can go to the recommendations of the report. Oh, okay. Okay, is the adoption, is the report consideration and adoption of the report People Against Racial Classification Draft Petition Report. Petitioner is calling for the removal of the word colored from all official government and private institutions documents. The recommendations are as follows. In its consideration of the subject matter of the petition, the committee recommends a national debate as a strategy in fast-tracking recognition of South African Native communities and their identities. The second one, the South African Human Rights Commission be allowed a period of about 6 months to research the issues raised and report back to the House. The third one, further, in its consideration of the subject matter of the petition, the Department of Labor, COGTA, DAC, the RDLR, and the DOG and CD together should consider the development of special legislative and policy measures for the advancement of the 16 recommendations outlined in the SAHRC report. The fourth one, the aforementioned departments are required respectively to provide the House with a report within 6 months, setting out such steps taken. This is the report for consideration and adoption. Over to you, members.
Honorable Chair, I propose to adopt.
Thank you, Honorable Officer.
Chairperson, I just want to suggest two. The one is on 8.3, the first line,
Yes.
where it says the department. There's just two there's. We should maybe just remove one. And in terms of 8.4, where we say the aforementioned departments are required respectively to provide the House with a report within 6 months, setting out such steps taken. I think we should just say within 6 months of the tabling of the report in the House. It's similar to how we deal with it in other documents as well. Thanks, Chair. I think with those two suggestions that I've made, and Honorable Professor has moved for the adoption. If there's agreement, Chair, I'll second the adoption.
I agree, Honorable Shai.
Oh, okay, thank you. I think, Secretary, can you correct that that one?
All the words that is racial must be race to a person. Okay,
Which
so all the words in his name that says racial must change to race, R-A-C-E.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Can you, so you will do that, ne? You will
Will do as proposed by members, Chair.
okay,
I will
thanks.
rectify as proposed by members.
Okay, thanks. Let's go to the third report. And we agree that the report is being adopted. Can you flip the one is for the draft report of the executive undertaking made by the Minister of Health, undertakings made by the Deputy President during the sitting of 11th March 2021. The recommendations are as follows. Further, in noting the progress report made by the Minister of Health, the committee lastly observes that the executive undertakings have been adequately implemented and therefore recommends that they be closed. That's the recommendation for consideration and adoption, honorable members.
Chair.
Honorable Chair.
For the adoption of the report.
Thank you. Any member for second?
Second.
Thank you, Honorable Sister. Any adoption? Any objection? No objection. The report is being adopted. We can move to the next report. Our next report is the one draft report of executive undertakings made by the Minister of Social Development, undertakings made by the President during the sitting of 27 October 2020. The recommendations are as follows. Further, in noting the progress report presented by the Minister of Social Development, the committee observes that the executive undertakings have been adequately implemented and therefore recommends that they be closed. Over to you, honorable members, for adoption, for consideration and adoption of the report.
Chair,
Honorable Sheikh.
I move for the adoption of the report.
Thank you, Honorable Sheikh. The seconder. I've seen Honorable
Ndongeni.
Thank you, Honorable Ndongeni. Any objection? No objection. The report has been adopted. Let's move to them. Which report? Yes. The report of the executive undertakings made by the Minister of Transport, undertakings made by the President during the sitting of 27 November 2020. Recommendations are as follows. 6.1, the department to expedite the process of attending to the following projects. To increase the security capability, a faster recovery in rebuilding the stations and corridors. Problem of ghost payment be finalized. And the department to ensure there is a greater transparency and communication around the procurement processes. The second one, the committee concluded that a time frame of 3 months must be set for the department to report back to the NCOP on the implementation of the above recommendations by providing the NCOP with a progress report in this regard. Honorable members, this is the report and the recommendations for consideration and adoption. Can I have a hand to move for the adoption and the seconder?
Ndongeni.
Thank you, Honorable Ndongeni. The seconder?
I'll second, President.
Thank you, Honorable Fisher. Any objection? No objection. The report is adopted. I think we are done with the report. Now we have to go for the 2 sets of minutes for adoption. The set of minutes dated 26 May 2022.
Chair, I move for the adoption of these minutes, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Sheikh. And the seconder?
Dodovu.
Thank you, Honorable Dodovu. The minutes are adopted. The last set of minutes of the 9th June 2022. Oh, is the one that we, okay, is that one for the Sikukune? Okay.
Propose.
Honorable Fisher,
I propose adoption.
for the adoption, yes. The seconder?
Chair, I second.
Okay. Thank you, honorable members. I think we are done for our meeting for today. I appreciate that we managed to adopt our reports and our minutes, that at least when we are going for the 3rd term, we don't have a lot of work to do. We are going to stick to other programs that we have to adopt the program of the 3rd term. Want to thank you everyone who managed to be part of the meeting, and I've seen Honorable Zanamela did also join us during the meeting. We appreciate everyone and the staff for the work well done. I declare the meeting closed. Thank you, honorable members.
Thank you, Chair.
Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, honorable members. Thank you, Kozi, Mkaya.